Good morning. This is Ron Brown. It's August 16th, 2025. I'm going to put out a short video. I'm still recovering from a bad cold, so my voice isn't what it should be, but I wanted to get something out here along with the updated add on. So, anyway, the add on is uploaded. It says you need to delete your warehouse and chart views. You probably don't this time, but it's always a good idea to delete them and then install the add-on because I'm always making slight modifications or fixing things that I think need to be fixed. Now, I've been looking at the markets with HGS high, and to me, it looks like there's a lot of broad market strength right now. I mean, you hear the talking heads, and they say this market is being it consists of five or six leading stocks, and the rest of the market isn't coming along. That simply isn't true. So anyway, I'm not going to get much into that because of my voice, but maybe next week. I do want to point out one user smart group that I put in, and I've been collecting history on it just to show you how it works. So I'm going to spend most of my time talking about that. So anyway, let's get started. Now, yesterday was a negative day for the indexes. I'm in my major market indexes, equal dollar weighting. I'm in the designer. These are groups that I maintain, equal dollar and market cap weighted. I'm using the equal dollar weighted, and you can see that yesterday was a down day, but if you look at the rest of the week, since the beginning of the week, most of these indexes are up over 5 days, which goes from Friday to Friday. They're up also, and for 21 days. Now, these are the mostly broad-based indices. Now, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to tile the ranking and the warehouse views. Now, ranking is on top, and what this does is it goes from Friday to Friday, and you can see that the strength is in the small caps, which tells us that there's a lot of speculation in the market when small caps are leading. 600 and the Russell 2000 are at the top of the list. And if I click through to the warehouse, it takes me to the S&P 600, and you'll notice that this 5-day number is rounded to 2.8, which is pretty close to 2.7822. So uh, for the week, this is showing a lot of strength. Now, the NASDAQ 100 is down 0.74%, but uh, the rotation seems to have gone to the smaller caps and the NASDAQ composite. Okay, so I'm just going to go down into the S&P 600, change to the index group in the ranking module. Then I'm going to click through to the warehouse module, and I'm going to quickly look at the slices, and I'm in the sectors. So where has the strength, or what? This doesn't show the strength, but this shows the breakdown of the small caps, and you can see it's dominated by financials, then consumer discretionary, and then healthcare. Now, this yellow, these are stocks that are yet to be classified, that are relatively new to the database. But what I want to do is let's see where the real strength is in the S&P 600. And I'm going to go up here and I'm going to make groups of slices. S&P 600. Okay, get that out of the way. Click through here and let's see if I can locate that right here. I told it to prepend. What that does is it puts a date on here. Now I'm going to get rid of these that need to be classified yet. Just to get a cleaner picture of what's going on here. And now we'll go into the warehouse and into the ranking module. And this tells us that within the S&P 600, the healthcare index was up nearly 6% for the week, followed by consumer discretionary. So if I change to the index group, remember this is the ranking module 1 week, and you can see that RadNet, followed by Amistar, AeroPharma, and so on, these are the big gainers for the week. I'm going to just go to RadNet since it's a big gainer. And look at this, this big volume spike up here. Remember, I'm tracking the volume spikes now. So this, let's see, this date, if you look down here, is August 11th. I'm going to go into my database here. And I have to get up to my non-index groups. And I'm looking for volume spikes. And what did I say that is? The August 11th. Let's see if that shows up here on the volume spike up. And I'm looking for RDNT. There it is right there. So on that day, using these scans that I'm tracking now, RadNet showed up, and you can see that it was really the beginning of a much larger move, well, several points ahead of that. So I'm building this database of volume spikes, and the reason I'm doing that is to see which of these stocks follow through after having massive volume days. Just out of curiosity, let's go to the 8th. I don't think there was enough there to generate the volume spike. But you can see money flowing in, activity, money flowing into this with a VPA flag on the 8th. And let's just see if RDNT is in here. I doubt it, but it may be. No, it didn't make it that day. But we can see that money was really starting to flow in here. This is pre-earnings. Either somebody knew something or they're anticipating. But that's a big volume move right there. Let's go back. Let's do one more. I'm just doing this on the fly. I haven't pre-screened these. So on this day right here, I don't think that's enough. But that is the 7th, and here's the 8th. So we'll look at the 7th and the 8th on AMPH. Not on the 7th, but on the 8th, AMPH. Doesn't look like it made the volume spike. Okay, let's move on to the 11th and see if it made the volume spike. There it is right there. So it didn't show up on the volume spike until right here. These were not enough. I may have to come up with another scan which doesn't require so much. This is 150% right here. But anyway, plenty of stocks come up on these scans. But look at all the activity here. It tells you that the big money, the smart money, is coming into this stock, which has been beaten down. Now, as it came down here, you can see there's accumulation with the VPA. It moved up, came back down. Notice how light the volume is in here. There's just not any selling going on. And that leads me to another point here. I have been tracking what I'm calling VPA bullish test scans. This is something I put in a few months ago. I haven't really mentioned it yet. These are scans which are in the my VPA files, and I came up with 4 that I'm tracking. And let's just go back to August 1st. These are the type of stocks that some people like to look for, and we should all be looking for them actually, because you'll see that strength comes in on down bars. Now that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense, but it does when you start seeing a bunch of VPA flags. It's indicating that there is some strength coming into these stocks. So let's just look at these on 8-1. And I'm going to go to a different chart here because I want the monthly to show up here. So what I want to do is just run through these and see. This is 8-1 here, this line right here. I want to see what happened after these signals came in. So this is a low volume test right here, followed by a confirmation. Now it sold off after that. This is a cheap stock, but you can see that it's regained where it was. Let's look at Warrior Met Coal. Now here's an excellent signal. Low volume test, followed by a confirmation of that test, and the stock took off. These are all on the first. This one didn't really work out. How about Scholastic? It's still in play here. Low volume test confirmed. Right here, low volume test confirmed, and it took off. Low volume test confirmed, and it took off. Took a while. Okay, this is a good one here. Low volume test confirmed, took off. Low volume test confirmed, it took off also. Now this is same thing here, except these require the fan being up. Low volume test took off. Low volume test took off. Low volume test, it went. Oh, I think these are duplicates, but these are the ones with the fan up. So these low volume tests, when the fan is up, it means the stock has momentum already, and then it's being tested to see if there's supply. Let's look at these now. Strength returning after a downtrend. This is fan up and everything. So let's just look at the ones with the fan up for now. So on the first here again, see these are little different flags here. This is strength returning after a downtrend, and it went up. Strength returning after a downtrend, it really hasn't done anything. Well, that one, forget it, it's a buyout. This one's really not doing anything. It's holding in there. Here's the first here. This one worked. Buyout. This one worked. It's pulling back now. Here's the combination right here. This one's working. This one didn't work. And this one, it's kind of neutral. This one's working here. But these are low risk entries because you can see there's accumulation, and when a stock retreats like this and you get a no supply, it means the volume is way down, and then this is the confirmation. Strength seen returning after a downtrend. Same thing here, strength seen returning, and then this is an up bar closing near the high, confirms a return of strength, and then it moved up. So anyway, I've been tracking these. You can go in here and look at these going back to March. I wouldn't go back well, you can. I think I made some modifications after March. But anyway, for people that like to look for stocks that are low risk entries, I think this is a good way to go. And it's generated for you every day. If you go down to my user SmartGroups and look under bullish test scans, here they are. They're generated every day. Okay, that's it. I'm starting to lose my voice, so I'll try to come out with something every week for you. Really get into the program to show you the strengths like I'm doing here. Thanks for listening. Have a good weekend.